Of course, a local derby, Arsenal, Wimbledon, Fulham, Spurs, Brentford, QPR, Orient, Luton, and there's Crystal Palace against Watford. And waiting to get in the action in the second round, Millwall, Charlton and West Ham. So the highlights of that first round now. Our match summariser is Jimmy Greaves. Commentator is Peter Brackley. Let's join them inside the Wembley Arena.
A warm welcome to the Wembley Arena for this, the 26th year of the Championships. It's quite an atmosphere here tonight, as you can hear all around us. West Ham are back here defending their title. A lot of other top teams here as well. And Jimmy Greaves alongside me, our summariser here. We're all hoping for the same kind of excitement as we had last year.
Yes, indeed. And I think we will get it, Pete. It's always a night of great excitement. Great football, because there are a lot of good players here tonight. And there's also a lot of players who come to the fore, names that we don't really know about, and they seem to come here, take on the good players and make a name for themselves, and I'm looking forward to that very much.
Your reputation as a tipster goes before you, of course. Who are you going for tonight?
And it also goes behind me, sir. But I think probably the big clubs, West Ham, Spurs, Queen's Park Rangers, I'd say that they'll be in the hunt at the end of the day. Arsenal, obviously, as well. So I'll go for all the big clubs.
Well, there's certainly plenty to look forward to. Let's get on with the action.
So then away we go. Tottenham in the blue, and Fulham white and black shorts. It was Ray Lewington who went down there. Gary Chivers. Ian Stewart. Stewart lining himself up for the shot, and a good save then by Steve Hawkins. Ian Stewart, always a dangerous player, and I think he'll relish playing in these championships tonight. A very skillful player. Chivers with the free kick. Stewart alongside him here, just had room for the shot. And Brentford will feel there they really should have closed him down a little more quickly. Ian Stewart struck it well enough, but he had plenty of time and he aimed it superbly. Oh, that's a lovely goal. That was Mike Fillery. And QPR 2-0 up. That was an excellent shot then by Mike Fillery. Here's Kamara. Cook had gone forward. Kamara just trying to find a little bit of space for himself. Good return pass sent by Cook. Now for Roberts. Can this be the first goal? Cook. 2-1. And suddenly Brentford are back in the game. Robbie Cook, a very useful goal scorer in league football. And, well, he's been right on the spot again there. Peter Hucker, been beaten once. Off goes Dawes. Couldn't get away from Herlock. Oh, Dawes snipped out a leg, and that was a defensive error that led him in there. And suddenly the 2-goal advantage is restored. Ian Dawes kept going there. Herlock seemed to have held him off, and then, well, Dawes was able to tuck it in. Robbie Cook turned extremely well. Should be a goal, and it is from Roberts. Well, Gary Roberts, the scorer, but the hard work was done by Robbie Cook. A good save initially by Hucker, and the ball coming straight out. There's a shot from Cook. Hucker couldn't hold it, and it was easy for Roberts, the Brentford substitute, who was again marauding up front then, but denied this time. But at 3-2, this game isn't over yet. And Hucker had to be so alert then from Robbie Cook. But now, Burke. Very near indeed then. The sudden break. And Brentford were at full stretch to hold them. And here's Ian Dawes. Now, can this be 4? Oh. Well, he headed it in. A smile from Ian Dawes. The referee saw nothing wrong.
Well, it's an unusual goal in a five-a-side tournament, isn't it? A headed goal when you consider it can't go over head high. But he did very well here. He did the right thing.
He ducked down, doesn't he?
Yes, and he actually headed it before he stepped in the box, so it's a perfectly legitimate goal.
For the other semi-final, Queen's Park Rangers, it's certainly a very strong side that they're fielding tonight. Perhaps not so many familiar names among the Charlton team there. But Charlton played extremely well to reach this stage. And I'm sure they're going to give Queen's Park Rangers quite a match here for the right to play against Arsenal in the final. So then, away we go. Rangers, of course, at their familiar hoops. Ian Dawes on the break straight away. And a free kick to Charlton. The referee for the semi-final is Tony Ward. All the Rangers players with considerable first-team experience. And indeed, five-a-side football is a regular feature at their training. And they've been fairly impressive so far in the competition, Jim.
Yes, they have, actually. They are an experienced side to a man. There's no weak links, really.
Ian Stewart. Looking to weave an opening. Good effort then by Ian Stewart. This is Ian Stewart. A good ball there. Ian Dawes. As the goalkeeper kept it out. Well, only just. John Vaughan really had to spread himself there. Shot from Ian Dawes. 2 goals from him in the first round. Rangers thinking about making it their substitution as Gary Kimball goes through, chased by Chivers.
That's a good
ball. A good ball to her. Yes! Alan Kimball has got it. And the two brothers celebrate together. And Alan Kimball took that delightfully. And Charlton lead Queen's Park Rangers by a goal to 0. Alan Kimball. What an impression he's made tonight. And here's Gary. That really should have been the decisive goal, Jim.
Should have been, actually. They should have wrapped it up by now, Charlton. They have had the chances, and here we go.
And they could suffer for it. Chivers! Off the bar. And what will the referee give there? It has to be a free kick penalty.
I'm not too sure about that.
Well, we'll have to beg to differ there, Jim. Let's have a look at it again.
I think he got the
Came
ball.
off the post there. Well, certainly it's a dramatic dive, but you wouldn't have given that then?
I wouldn't have given it, no.
Well, he's given the penalty. Here's Fillery with a chance to make it 1-1 with only 20 seconds left. Steered sweetly into the corner.
I think they can consider themselves to be lucky to be in this game still.
And in it they are with 5 seconds left. Britt's challenge on Chivers. And the hooter sounds just in time. It's 1-1. So we moved on to a penalty shootout, and it reached 5-all before we had the unusual sight of the goalkeepers stepping up to take the kicks. And first, John Vaughan of Charlton. How will he fare? Well, you can't ask for more than that.
Didn't mess about, did he?
Well, now it's Peter Hucker's turn. Hucker against Vaughan. Well, not quite so decisive, perhaps, but it's in, and that's all that matters.
Start all over again, then.
Start all over again with Steve Gritt.
Oh, this is from the smaller spot now, Pete, isn't it?
Well, they move it back now.
They move it back. This would have ruled me out of the competition from this distance.
In fact, you never ventured that far out, did you?
No. It's surprising just what that extra 2 yards will make now. Narrows the angle considerably for the player.
Steve Gritt then with the first kick for Charlton. And the goalkeeper almost got it. Just had a little bit of extra time, didn't he? Very nearly kept that one out.
This is it. It's just that extra couple of yards, and Hucker got his hand to it, you see. Well, if I was a keeper, I think I'd go the same way as Phillips kicked it the last couple of times.
Would you?
Yes, and I knew I'd be wrong.
Alan Kimball for Charlton. That was beautiful.
Well,
he's a lad to watch out for, isn't he? Gary Chivers.
I told you it could, didn't I?
Eight all.
8 all. Incredible.
Sean McFadden. And again.
Well, the onus is on Rangers all the time now, isn't it? Because they've got to come in second, they've got to score it.
But nobody appears to be showing any signs of turns whatsoever.
It's quite amazing, really.
It's a pity, really, that either team has to lose.
Well, I'll be glad when one does.
Oh. Again, the goalkeeper almost reached it.
Yeah.
Ian Dawes still managed to sneak it through.
I suppose we go back to the centre circle if this lot gets through scoring.
So Gary Kimball, the pressure falls on him now. The score's absolutely level. Gary Kimball against Peter Hucker, and he saved it. He guessed correctly.
No, I think Rangers have still got to take theirs, haven't they?
Yes, I mean, that's just put them one up.
Rangers
have still got to score theirs. And frantic instructions there from Peter Hucker, who's the hero of Rangers at the moment. A word of advice from him for Steve Burke. Now, can he finish it here? Oh! Astonishing save. John Vaughan denying Steve Burke with a miraculous save. Just look how he catapults himself across the goal. So we're back to square one.
Yeah.
It's the goalkeepers again, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's difficult to know what to suggest if these two score now. I suppose trying to head it in or something like that.
Perhaps he'll ask the commissionaires to go down and take one. John Vaughan. Save. But it's not over yet.
No, he's got a bit of work to do himself now, hasn't he?
Right, who's your money on now then?
I think my money will be on Peter Hucker to score and Rangers to go through.
Well, that's the kiss of death then for Rangers from Jimmy Greaves. Just listen to this thunderous noise. Oh, Peter Hucker joining in. And he scored. And Rangers have done it. But what an astonishing semi-final. Peter Hucker receiving the congratulations there. Commiserations though for Charlton. 10-9 is the final score. Keeping track of that was not too easy, I can tell you.
Peter, have you ever been through anything quite like that in your football career?
No, nothing like that. It was so hot. We were getting so tired at the end. I thought I'd never get home tonight.
Well, first of all, the saving of the penalties you saved from John Vaughan.
Yeah, they all sent me the wrong way the first time, and I thought, well, they're bound to go to the same side, or hope they'll go to the same side because they've been safe. And I just changed direction on all the penalties. Luckily enough, managed to get them all.
And then finally, the moment of truth, when it was down to you to put Queen's Park Rangers into the final.
Nothing.
Championships between Arsenal and Queen's Park Rangers. Arsenal have only won this title twice, but QPR, the undoubted masters, with victories in 71, 72, 1974 and 1980. It's been close for both teams so far, Arsenal getting through the first 2 rounds on penalties and Queen's Park Rangers surviving that really amazing penalty shootout with Charlton in their semi-final. So it looks like being tight. Let's rejoin commentators Jimmy Greaves and Peter Brackley.
So there we are then, the lineups for the final. What a final it promises to be. Queen's Park Rangers, well, they've certainly impressed us here tonight. A very experienced side on paper there, as you can see. And Arsenal, well, they've had 1 or 2 heroes too. Certainly young Nick Hammond in goal, how well he's performed this evening. Chris White has come up with some very useful goals indeed, and so too has Ian Allinson. As the referee, Colin Downey, for this final. So then, away we go. And here's Chris White for Arsenal. I think support around the arena is fairly divided between the 2 teams. They both certainly got a following here tonight. Mike Fillery, who's shown on occasions his explosive shooting tonight. It's Gary Chivers. He's been the key man at the back, really, for Queen's Park Rangers. And Ian Dawes allowing that to run through to Peter Hucker. Now here's Dawes. Oh, what a marvellous save then by the goalkeeper. Nicky Hammond really making a name for himself tonight. Crowd have enjoyed it tonight, Jim, haven't they? They've always shown their appreciation of the football out there.
Enormous crowd here. It really is marvellous to see, actually. And well behaved.
They even cheered you when you walk around.
Yeah, it just shows you how well behaved they are.
Chivers through. Oh, Fillery's away! Decisively done. Mike Fillery hardly can afford to smile. That was a sounder piece of finishing as you could hope to see. Fillery was certainly in the clear then. And didn't he put it away swiftly?
Yeah, good finish. Good finish.
But Arsenal was struggling to catch up.
Oh, dear.
Well, they got back in this game though. David Cork.
They must be kicking themselves, Queen's Park Rangers, because they really did take it too easy. They strolled back and didn't take up positions at all, and Arsenal took full advantage of it.
Oh, what a final we've got on now.
Good bit of play, that, by Arsenal.
Just when it seems that Queen's Park Rangers had taken control, back come Arsenal. I was just about to say that defenders were struggling to get back when Fillery broke, and then the same thing happened at the other end. Stewart. Now Chris White. This final is really bubbling now. Ian Allinson. Well, he just manoeuvred himself into a position to shoot, but not as lethal as he looked earlier on. Ian Stewart. Away from Hill.
It's a brilliant goal.
Well, that has to be one of the goals of the night. Ian Stewart. I think you'd have been proud of that one, Jim. He just had too much pace, didn't he, there?
Yeah, he took them on. As I say, it's tired legs now, and if you've got the ball, you've got that little bit more energy.
2-1 as Steve Burke comes on. Mike Fillery has gone off. 2-1 to Queen's Park Rangers. Ian Stewart's the man. And he still looks full of running. Steve Burke, who hasn't endeared himself to the crowd for that piece of rather negative football.
I think it was out of order, actually.
Here's Cork. Arsenal coming back strongly. Cork shot!
Tell you what, he likes getting them in that angle, doesn't he?
Well, he certainly does. 2 goals for David Cork. It's 2-2. From similar positions, really, his 2 goals. And he's found that corner of the net. Allinson. So twice Arsenal have found some resource from somewhere and have come back. Dawes. Good effort by Stewart. Well, the shots are coming in now from all angles. It was a good save too by the goalkeeper. Very promising young man indeed. Nicky Hammett. Here's caught. That was unlucky. Dawes, the goalkeeper with his body right behind the ball. So, we're on for extra time. 2 minutes each way. And then if they're still level, we're on to penalties. It's 2-2. And still, it's anybody's guess which way this very exciting final, is going to go. David Cork. Well, the idea was there, the intention to send Chris White away, but at this stage of the proceedings, Jim, I think it's asking a bit much to expect him to chase that one.
Yeah, it was a good ball. Actually, if Chris White had moved inside, he might have got it, but then it was one of those balls that was difficult to read.
Here's Steve Burke.
Hello,
now then for Stewart. Could be danger here. Stewart's done it. Tremendous shooting from Ian Stewart. Steve Burke with a running here into the path of Stewart. And look how coolly he steers it in. So it's 3-2. And Rangers have Ian Stewart to thank. And I wonder if that goal will win them the trophy. That's the end of the first period of extra time. I think Arsenal will think about their substitute now. He hasn't featured in the Championships tonight so far, Martin Hayes. So he indeed is coming on, and Ian Allinson has gone off. Excitement mounting now as Queen's Park Rangers edge nearer to this title. Cork with Hayes. Here's White. The shot on the turn was
a good shot. If it had kept it down, it would have been in.
Here's Ian Stewart. Certainly Arsenal can't afford to leave him any space, even though they are searching for an equaliser. Ian Stewart has been a continual threat to them. And here he is again now, threatening. Well, they gave it away on that occasion. Here's Hayes! Oh, yes! Well, the substitute has come on. And that's his reply. He's been waiting all evening for his shots. And look how well he's taken it. As the hooter goes to finish extra time, Martin Hayes has equalised. It's 3-3. And the youngster can't believe it. Well, he's certainly the freshest man on the field there, Jim, and that's some way to come on.
Yes, can't argue with that. Not the easiest thing to do, of course, is to come on and fit in straight away.
He certainly showed a great deal of pace, and with more tired men around him, he was able to surge through.
It's all down to it again now.
Here we go. Gary Chivers. That's Rangers 1 up. And it's the turn now then of Colin Hill against Peter Hucker. And he's missed it. And Queen's Park Rangers have won
Well, it didn't take long, did it, the penalties this time?
Oh, what a contrast to the last round as the celebrations go on here. And how nice to see the sportsmanship between the two teams. They're thoroughly enjoying this here tonight.
There's no aggravation at all. It's a happy occasion, Peter, and nobody's too depressed about the whole situation.
Well, there we are. There's the score, 4-3 to Queen's Park Rangers after extra time, after penalties. They've won the title, remember, more than any other club. That is their 5th championship, the first for 5 years. And Queen's Park Rangers, the team that we felt, Jim, at the start would be one of the ones to look out for, have certainly proved that way.
Yes, well, they had the experience throughout the whole of the tournament, really. All the players did their bit. Each player had an outstanding game in one of the games, and that's what counted, really.
So then the presentation to the runners-up, Arsenal, what gallant runners-up they were too. Presentation made by Lewis Kirby, the editor of the Standard. Ian Allinson, what a part he played in their reaching the final. Chris White, certainly one of the stars of the night. And, well, a young man there for the future. Nicky Hammond and Martin Hayes, whose arrival so nearly transformed the final. And the Player of the Night award goes to Ian Dawes of Queen's Park Rangers. A couple of cracking goals early on. Jimmy Greaves has made his way down from the commentary box. He's broken it. Well, only Jimmy Greaves could do that. Ian Dawes is amused by it all anyway. Trust Jimmy Greaves. Oh, he'll probably drink that. He's passing it over. The Veuve Clicquot champagne for the winners. Queen's Park Rangers receiving the trophy, the 10th Sport Trophy. Peter Hucker, who made some astonishing saves. And the whole team performed outstandingly well on the night. A lot of class and a lot of experience in the Queen's Park Rangers side. Fully deserved winners.
What do you think was the essence of Queen's Park Rangers' success?
Well, I think it's all down to Peter Hucker, really. It was brilliant.
The free-scoring Peter Hucker.
The free-scoring Peter Hucker, yeah. He's got to be the worst player on pitch you've ever seen in your life, and he scores from the penalty tonight. Unbelievable.
What about Ian Stewart, who got a couple of goals in the final?
4 to be exact. We're all lucky ones, but they went in, and we've won, and that's all I've got to say.
Let's see the champagne going in. Peter, a final word from you.
I thought the penalty won it.
The semi-final performance really was the essence of the night.
I think we wanted to drag it out a bit longer, actually, because we knew you've got to get to bed early.
That's the first time he sweated this year, look. First time he sweated.
All right, boys.
Let's enjoy the celebration with the 1985 champions, Queen's Park Rangers.
It's Queen's Park Rangers, London five-a-side champions for the 5th time. Tremendous event that, Alan. Do you enjoy it?
Fantastic.